Hello, and welcome to the preview for Swift's Latin American Regional Conference, to be held on 21st and 22nd of May in Panama City. I'm Joy Macknight, Managing Editor of The Banker, and with me is Silvia Pavoni, Economics Editor, who will be doing a video series interviewing distinguished leaders at the event. Silvia, thanks so much for joining me today.
Hi, Joy.
Can you tell me a little bit about what are going to be the hot topics at LARC?
So, as it often happens at these kind of events, there is going to be quite a lot of talk around innovation and digital, anything to do with digitalizing the economy, but also digitalizing the banking space. So, digital payments, I'm sure will continue to be very much discussed. And Latin America is an interesting region, actually, to look at in this sense. It is potentially quite an interesting market, like 650 million in terms of population, twice the size of the States, with a relatively high mobile phone usage, yet payments tend to really not have grown that much. So the growth of non-cash payments tend to hover around 5%, and according to a number of research studies, and this is expected to continue in the next few years. So it will be interesting to see how they can overcome this kind of sluggish growth and really use Latin America as an interesting platform for payments. Of course, then there are going to be talks around cyber threats, as always, and also any other kind of risks that might impact the whole of the region.
Okay, and what about sort of fintech collaboration? Will that also be on the agenda?
That's one of the conversations that keep on popping up. I'm going to actually moderate a panel discussion that will look at innovation and how you can create the best environments to innovate within even big organizations. So we're going to hear from speakers from the World Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank. So obviously big international organizations. How are they thinking about innovation, and also from private sector companies, big and small. So that's definitely another area of interest. And again, in terms of risks, as I mentioned before, there isn't just the world of cyber and what that means for financial institutions, but any other kind of risks, such as geopolitical risks. So we obviously need to think about trade tensions between the US and China and what that might mean for emerging markets, Latin America, of course, being part of them, and both wider and national, regional elements. So we're going to have elections in Argentina, which might really tilt the economic future of the country. And of course, Venezuela very much on the top of everyone's minds, not just because of what that means economically, but because really it has become, sadly, a humanitarian crisis. And so I'm sure we're going to talk a bit about that too.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your insights. I think it's going to be a fascinating view from LARC series.
Thank you.